If you stand in a field with a book of matches, you can have hundreds of rabbits in seconds like this. You know how?
No.
Come in, all rabbits. Come in, all rabbits. Like this.
No, that sounds like something Dave Goulet would say, or that guy, like that guy from Funniest Home Videos. What was that guy's name?
Oh,
Bob
yeah.
Saget?
No, the other guy.
No, Dear Departed. No, the guy who Alanis
The blonde
Morissette.
guy. Yeah, I did the fucking voice with the rabbit.
Yeah, we're so good. The fucking
That fucking guy on fucking
Yeah.
fucking rabbit, man.
Yeah. Jeez.
Wow.
That's what people show up for this like high octane discourse.
High octane, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't hear my space heater, can you?
I can't. Can
That's
you
good.
a space heater?
You have a space heater too?
Yeah.
Adam, are you somewhere that requires a space heater?
I'm sitting next to an open window smoking weed, so yeah, there's no space heater here. So
Oh, that's
That's
good.
what all the coughing's about. I was like, we got him down. We got a man down.
Two.
COVID vector.
Two
over
men
here.
down. Yeah.
2 men down. Oh. You all right there?
Yeah, I have dragon hand puppet on, and I smoked a big joint.
Oh, I see. Right. I was. Yeah. how's all your body, man? You had some work done today.
Yeah.
It's some
Look at
injection.
this.
Jesus Christ.
You
Well,
see
our audience can't see that, but that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
That's for you guys. There you go.
Nice.
Oh, I missed it.
Nice.
What was it? Let's see again.
Sure.
Go back.
Put her on the screen.
Hang on. I don't know. This might be a bad jolt for him right now,
I don't think so.
I can stomach
wasn't
it.
very
What do you got?
wasn't very realistic.
What do you mean?
Could be.
It's fairly realistic. It's
Yeah, like a rubber chicken's realistic.
First of all, it's a fucking dragon.
Yeah, listen, you know what?
That was the giveaway.
I didn't think the quality of the rubber hand puppet dragon was going to be under fucking fire tonight at all. But,
Fuck, man,
Wow.
we're scrutinizing hard tonight.
yeah, I can
well-
feel the critics' hands coming down hard tonight, guys, on this one. But I really, I don't know.
Yeah, Taken 3 is it's definitely a thing. Taken 3, all right. Hi everybody.
Yeah.
Adam and James at James Extinction Agenda. With our always popular Taken entries. Taken 3 came out first in Germany 2014, then released in America 2015. It opened January 9th. So we're 2015. So we're close to the anniversary of Taken 3. Another big hit. $55 million budget, $326.4 million box office draw. And
Really, not
Yeah.
really in it. That budget's a lot lower than I thought it would be.
considering the pyrotechnics, which
Yeah, and the car chases and Forrest Whitaker, an improvement in acting. Also, the villains were all custom cast. I'm pretty sure they changed the husband.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
a different guy.
All of a sudden he's the slimiest fucking mob boss on the planet. I was like, fuck, am I getting punked? Was he always the husband?
No, the old actor was Xander Berkeley, born 1955, and this guy's Doug Ray Scott, born 1965. So he's like 10 years younger. He's completely different.
He's a typecast villain. I wouldn't even let that guy hold my drink.
Oh, it's funny. On TV, he plays Batwoman's dad, I think. But maybe he's also a villain. I don't know how that works.
He probably is, because I don't see how he's not.
Yeah.
He's probably not even a good person.
He doesn't look
the
like.
same character as the husband, or was this like a new husband? That
Well,
was
I got
Lenny?
I got a theory on this, which I don't want to jump on you guys.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah, let's have.
but I got a take that we'll get to naturally, I hope.
Okay.
So Adam, as is traditional, you have the floor. Taken 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
same director and writer as Taken 2. Sorry. Go.
So I mean, yeah, like I thought a bit of an improvement over Taken 2. Maybe my expectations were low. I mean, not heaping the praise on here in any way, shape, or form. But like it was maybe more entertaining than I expected, and like given the early like opening stages of that movie, I was really kind of just like I think it was 12 minutes in, and I paused it to make a snack, and then I realized that it was only 12 minutes, and I was just like, oh fuck, like that seriously could have been half an hour. I thought it was half an hour. So that was like not off to a good start. Kind of like that they brought Forrest Whitaker in, but like really like the fucking worst police force in the history of fucking police forces has to be LAPD in this movie.
It's funny. I feel okay. But yeah, but go on. Yeah.
Well, I kind of feel like there was just like so many opportunities for them to just be like, yeah, it's clearly not Ryan Mills. Like, it's clearly the plot's thicker than we thought here, guys. Like several opportunities, and then like to have it at the end with Whitaker being like, it was the bagels. I thought like, what sort of man would get warm bagels and then murder his wife? And it was like, that's what tipped you off. Like,
I honestly saw that moment happen.
Oh yeah, me too. They weren't trying to hide that at all. It was really right there for you to taste. I don't know. It was some of the same old. I thought some of the action, not as many action scenes. I didn't think. I could be wrong. I wasn't counting. I thought they were better action scenes than the second one, but still not as good as the first one. I mean, the second movie in a row where I haven't like written down any notes because I was like, it's not again noteworthy in my mind. I had nothing to really be like, oh, I got to remember this and talk about that. I mean, maybe too long. Like it didn't have to be an hour and 49 minutes. It's Taken 3. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
And I also didn't feel like it was really like sort of part of the trilogy. Kind of felt more like a reboot. Like it wasn't really like all that intricately connected to the storylines that were like 1 and 2. That sort of like one that carried over into 2. Like I was really disappointed there was no fucking Albanians, but maybe they were just like enough with the Albanians. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they went James's route. Russians, we can just do Russians.
Yeah, it's just
it's the same thing.
Bit.
Okay, well, since you brought up the issue of reboot, I might as well just like talk about how I'm thinking about this universe. I think it's not so much a reboot as it is like an alternative universe taken. And I have like 4 things I want to point to think that this is actually like taken in another universe. So there's obviously the case of Stuart, but he's not just Stuart. He's Stuart St. John all of a sudden. He's a much younger man. He's not aristocratic rich anymore. He's more like drug dealer rich. Like weapons dealer rich, which is what we're going to discover about him. And in the previous, like Taken 2, like Stuart was out of the picture, and Famke and Mills were clearly getting together. Like the family unit was reestablished, and in this universe that turn never happened. Also, in this universe, matter is highly combustible. Things explode with greater frequency and size than in the other previous movies. Like there's just these ridiculous explosions, and no one seems to care about that fact. Basically a terrorist assault occurs in downtown LA, and then at the end he just walks free. The third thing is stabbing is as a form of torture is off the table now. Electricity's out. It's waterboarding. That's what.
No, I don't know. Electricity made a little comeback at the end there with the heart paddles.
When did he heart paddle someone? Sorry,
he heart paddled those 2 fucking guys at the elevator.
Oh, right. Okay, I must have turned my head for a moment.
I got some stuff on that anyway.
Yeah, well, and then the final thing. Mills works with a team in this universe. He's like before.
Well, the team was there, but this is the first time they're like actively engaged. They're like, listen, we're gonna. And also, I feel like it's problematic that they're a government team, and they did a full-on terrorist assault on a police department.
Well, they're private contractors at this point.
Yeah. They are.
Either way,
Jesus.
you're not wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the thing. I found this one to be. I don't know if you guys noticed. It was a lot more PG.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
It felt really PG. But then
Mhm.
I think smart to layer in the cops versus Brian, because then I can film high octane action, fucking Bad Boys style or whatever, and I
Mhm.
can just have Brian Mills maim the cops. Even like make clever quips with them too. You know.
Yeah.
Don't be so negative. You know.
Yeah,
So
you're right about the Bad Boys. Like a lot of the action of this is a really poor man's Michael Bay. Like,
yeah, well, I
poor.
just feel like they did that on purpose so that they could really like really fucking nestle in that PG rating, you know?
Mm.
Because then I don't have to kill fucking 100 Albanians. I could just beat up a bunch of cops and we can still film like 90% of the action for the movie, and then we can just off camera kill 2 fucking scumbag Russians. Did you guys? So you guys didn't appreciate the re-inclusion of the Russians, but
Well, they weren't re-included. They were never.
oh, sorry, excuse me. The
Yeah, yeah.
inclusion, the ship. We just walked over the border, really, though. I mean,
They're very different. But yeah, you're right. Mr. Malenkov with the shitty fucking haircut, and
the
probably
bowl cut. Yeah, that was a nice
probably
touch.
I loved his final fight. Like when he came out like an
Oh,
underwear.
the undies,
Yeah.
the tighty whitey fight.
And I
That was
like,
incredible.
what's this? Yeah.
Yeah, he was like spread eagle with a fucking some kind of and he's a Spetsnaz. That was a nice touch. It was
This
like
was
Brian
maybe,
Mills' final villain. He's not just gonna fucking
Yeah.
beat up a fat guy in an armchair and the
Exactly.
guy's gonna quiver. No, he's gotta actually take out a Spetsnaz guy at the end of the movie.
I think this was the best final boss out of all 3 of them.
Oh, easily.
And even just like going up the elevator and then fighting those guards and then like the door leading into what's his name's apartment is like it was just that was really well done. Like that was by far the best final boss out of the trilogy.
Yeah, and then to have this guy fucking comes down the stairs with the basket full, just ready to go.
Yeah,
it was horrific to watch. It was very Scarface type.
Yes.
It was like
Yeah.
it was like, dude, what if Brian Mills went straight into Scarface's house and had a machine gun battle with him?
And
I
he's
feel
like
that
sticking
conversation
his
was
tongue.
had.
Yeah, no, it's clear. It's even though it's in a high rise like skyscraper, and it's like a penthouse or whatever. So it's a very different sort of structure. It definitely feels like you're going to fucking, I don't know where Scarface is supposed to take place. Is that like Miami or Florida or some shit like that? It feels
Miami sounds
Yeah.
right.
Uh,
They big on cocaine there?
I don't know. I think so. I mean, that's the I've seen Miami Vice, right? There's cocaine in Miami Vice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so Adam mentioned something interesting at the beginning where he said, "What if this was another one of Famke's husbands?" I mean, like I guess that's sort of an alternate universe maneuver. Like that could actually be sort of like unexplained what they did if you want to take that.
You mean like flash forward? What would have had to have happened? Like the original Stewart left, because the last thing they said about him is like they were supposed to go on a trip with him and he canceled all their credit cards and everything and left them destitute essentially.
Yeah.
And so I guess then afterwards there maybe was a falling out with Liam, with Mills, and then she got remarried really very quickly.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that explains why.
You're thinking they just tried to swerve me.
I think they just didn't care.
They were like, listen, this is her husband. It's the fucking worst ever guy you've ever seen on TV. It's Paul Reiser.
Oh man, that's worse.
Ooh.
That's worse.
Yeah.
It's fighting worse.
But I think you're right. They didn't care. There was no explanation offered there at all. It
No,
was sort of like,
yeah.
I thought things were going okay, and then now like dinner's awkward. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
No
think
fucking care for the dude.
too, in terms of a trilogy, really the easiest thing to go for here at any point in time in these 3 movies is a fridging. Nobody touched it. So I think it's kind of elegant that the third movie is where the guy took the jump off and went with the fridging right at the beginning. Just kills Famke. That's what motivates Brian. Brian's on a next level now. And then there was that nice layering that Forrest Whitaker became like the other, like he was like probably the most interesting character in the movie.
Yeah, easily.
Not he's underrated, I think, just generally, but yeah.
The Academy Award winning Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, I just think you think he's overrated? What are you?
No, I'm saying he's well recognized. I think he's rated.
I know. Yeah, I think he's a working man too, though. Yeah. You think he's just appropriately already recognized? You mean?
Yeah, he can lead. Like the same with Liam Neeson. Like both those guys can do much better than this.
Hey man, listen, you don't know what was on the table. This is a payday,
Oh, it's a payday for sure.
Maybe a ride to wherever you're allowed to fucking blow up buildings. Where did they blow it? Did that elevator explosion? That was a 5-star pyro. Like that's some shit you have to do in Mexico. You can't do that. You can't do that in North America.
I don't think they did it all, to be perfectly frank.
CGI?
I think so. I'm gonna try and find it here.
I don't know, man. It depends. If we're in Botswana, it's probably cheap to do that.
Well, I don't think we're in Botswana. Okay.
I kind of feel like they sort of saved some money from the budget from the second one.
I was gonna say it could have been stock footage from another movie too. Don't know that.
Also like when they're trying to go up the elevator to what's his name, Russian guy's apartment, and they pulled the
CGI.
fucking.
Sorry.
It is, eh? Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Looked good.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going up the elevator and they pull the move from the movie Speed. Just
the elevator mirror.
Yeah, the video, like just taping it. And it. I was like, oh, this is Keanu Reeves, man. This is Speed.
He ripped off a lot of stuff.
That's good though. I mean, like that's kind of like best case scenario for this kind of hack.
Oh yeah.
Like I already said last time, there was David Fincher bits. There's definitely in this. He's fucking around with Michael Bay, Scarface, Speed, etc. And Forrest Whitaker is extremely I loved watching him. The beauty of this movie is watching him admire at a distance Mills. Like every action and everything that Mills does, he's just like, oh god, he's so cool.
And the funny thing too is that comment you said, Adam, too, where he talked about the bagels.
Yeah.
You have to wonder, like, was he negligent because he wanted to go around and spend the police budget watching Brian Mills kill all these problem people?
Yeah.
Purposefully negligent? Like,
it seems like it, because like he's like, that's when I figured it out. You mean like you figured it out right away?
Yeah, and then you just chased Brian around while he just like butchered a bunch of people? Yeah.
Trying to unravel the mystery. Like, you could have been looking at other suspects the whole time. Well, first of all, so Famke's found throat slit again, getting back PG. There's no blood anywhere, and like he's not
ketchup.
Just like
little red line.
And he's in there, and he picked up the knife or whatever off the ground, but his spidey sense is tingling, but he's distracted because his lady love is dead, and then the fucking boys in blue just jump into the room, and you're like, whoa, like that's. How would they get in? Wouldn't they have knocked first?
No, they cheap explain that away later on in the movie. I think they made a comment that the 911 call came in and there was a woman screaming for help.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain how they got silently through the door and got the drop on Mills. Like,
he was having a meltdown. No.
This goes to my alternate universe theory, where like things don't really, everything's not quite right. Because that's just like that was a magical event, and many of the things that the LAPD do in this, and so Adam, you're right. Like the detectiving is shit. Although under our theory, Forrest Whitaker allowed all this to happen because he's a pervert. But the LAPD in general is just like they're fucking on you immediately. Like they're a crack squad. Like the only people that suck are the detectives. Because like either they're lazy.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like even the foot chase scene.
Yeah.
That one cop
man.
was really
Those
on
fucking
him. Like,
okay, this guy's like a dangerous fugitive, man. Those beat cops, they were fucking in it to win it. Like they were ready to go toe to toe with Brian. Half of them did go toe to toe with Brian Mills, and they had to get like fucking armbarred and pistol whipped.
I love when Liam Neeson can't run for shit. I was watching him run. I was thinking who's a good runner in movies? And I was like, okay, so like Tom Cruise is a great runner, and fucking Pierce Brosnan, yeah, anyway, but Neeson's not one of them. He's certainly nowhere near that category. He looked like a fucking lumbering oaf when his body double wasn't doing the work for him.
Oh man, and who pulled the trigger on let's have fucking Liam Neeson like jump over a bunch of fences?
Yeah, right.
Like I get that was probably the stunt man most of the time, but like man, they kept making Liam Neeson like face plant on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was I guess they kind of made him feel old by doing that. I don't know if that was deliberate, but like then he was completely fucking unstoppable.
Yeah, like he jumped out of a window and on like a back first onto like a garbage like dumpster. Yeah, and then he just kind of shook it off and kept going. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, dude, if you were Liam Neeson's age and you did that, that'd be the fucking bitter end.
Yeah, he should have been down there for at least 10 minutes, maybe contemplating
25 minutes to spend blood. Hip fucking gone.
I love when he ran into the house. Okay, so during the foot chase, Liam Neeson runs into a house and the cops just fucking follow him. You know, like
there's like a family playing Parcheesi.
Yeah,
he just blasted up the stairs.
Yeah, and then they're like, and so he goes into their garage and they shoot the padlocks, you know, like, and I'm like, this is I believe Rodney King happened. If these guys are you know indicative of like what these guys are up to, yeah, they'd kill a black man without question. So I guess that's
there's no way it should have been that.
Universe.
They wouldn't. The 50% of that chase shouldn't have happened. There's no possible way the cops would have been that into it.
Yeah.
Especially after he got a firearm.
Oh yeah. One fence and they're done.
I'd be like, we're gonna have to back this up and set up a perimeter.
Yeah. 60-year-old man is armed and he just fucking hopped a fence like it ain't no thing, and looks like.
Well, and then there's Billy in an alleyway, fucking unconscious. He's never gonna be the same from concussion. From when Brian Mills fucking put him to sleep with that shot in the back of the fucking brainstem.
Oh fuck yeah,
that's mean, you know.
A lot of the violence in this though was really Star Trek. Was really William Shatner-esque. You know, a lot of chops, a lot of chops. Yeah.
The fucking the chop to the right to the fucking side of the neck, like the Vulcan fucking death chop. Basically, is that's what was on the table for. I believe that you could be put down by that were it Liam Neeson.
Yeah, well, I believe that now. I mean, prior to this movie, I don't know if I would have been able to go there.
But in all reality, though, fight choreographing better than Taken 2.
Totally. Yeah.
It was an improvement. Speed for Liam Neeson and size, a couple fucking good headbutts.
I think that just I don't know, something changed. I don't know if they had a different cinematographer or fight choreographer or whether the director just kind of like learned better how to do fights, you know, because he's had some other movies prior to this in between Taken 1 and this one, and because like I just couldn't follow any of the action in Taken 2. Like I had no idea what anybody was doing. This is a bit more clear, but the movie's slower. Like it's like, you know, like you already said, Adam, like it's like an hour and 45 minutes or 49 minutes, and it's just like extended like an accordion.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe helped the fight scenes because they're not trying to pack it in so much. But this movie has a lot of fat on it. Like I timed it when he goes. when he goes like I'm going down the rabbit hole and he shows up at that scrapyard. So the hero music's playing like dun 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 dun, and he's going through all those things like it's the opening to Get Smart. It takes 29. It goes the timestamp is like 29:13 to 30:22. So like a whole minute of nothing happening. They could have been down to like 15 seconds, 30 seconds. And I think that's indicative of what this movie's like. It never wastes an opportunity to waste your time.
Well, I thought that I like the return of Shlub Dad though. Like it's such a dipshit. Like he surprises her and fucking boyfriend's putting his clothes back on. He brings the panda bear and the champagne and just establishes himself as still fucking an idiot. And
out of touch.
Yeah, he's just not with it, and he's fucking like they want to give you. I don't know why there's this obsession with like I get that you're normalizing the Shlub Dad so that he could be he could be your guy that he's an everyman, he's the guy, he's so you could fantasize that you're killing slimy Russians Grand Theft Auto style, but I think the slow build was just I don't know. It was necessary. Like it's what the show's like. They want you to feel that secondhand embarrassment.
That's fair. That is part of the formula. Like that was definitely in Taken 1, and you're right. Like fucking everyone's playing a game on Neeson in this movie. He's really, even though highly effective, retains the ultimate like getting fucked over. He's getting fucked over by his ex-wife who's like, I've been fantasizing about you. Yeah, but meanwhile,
he was having
yeah. And and then he's got that chivalry, right? He's like a chivalrous slum dad. So that way when gun running St. John comes up to him, I don't want you to see my wife. He's like, okay. And he doesn't. I'd have fucked the shit out of Femke immediately. The minute she touched my hand, it's on. It's done.
Yeah, but he's like a virginal knight. He doesn't. It's not really there. It's not in the cards for him.
A virginal knight. That's good.
Really good. And it's whereas the previous movies, the Schlubdadness had a lot to do with European anxieties over migration. This movie is I think it's tailored more for the internet age, where like Shlub Dad is related to what people talk about as the manosphere on the internet, like this idea of like the alpha male who's also chivalrous and can get all the chicks but chooses not to, or and I think we're meant to identify with Mills kind of more like that in this with this particular brand of toxicity. That's what we're meant to go for in this movie.
This was I don't know. This was less toxic, I feel like, and more like ludicrous lipstick. Like I feel like it was at least the less like racially charged. I mean, like, okay, sorry Russians, but I mean, like that's pretty. Like, it's pretty on brand,
there was 100% less rape in this movie, and that's very different,
And the Russians, these guys are businessmen. This wasn't any. They were mobsters. It wasn't. I didn't get any of the like really like like let's get real low here and categorize an entire people as
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Well, that's what I'm saying. This movie is very less concerned about migration and the evil outsider and stuff like that. And yeah, you're right. Like I'm being uncharitable just because I don't trust these movies. I think these movies are are a lot of fun, but they're really like these are emblematic of something that's wrong. And so I'm on the lookout. Also, it's another universe, right? So this is the particular toxicity of this universe.
I don't know that I liked the Spider-Man moment at the end. I don't like that he pistol whipped him and says, "I'm gonna wait for you to get out of jail, and then you know what's gonna happen, what I do." And I was like, I don't know. I don't think that's Brian Mills. Like,
It's more of a Punisher moment.
he just killed so many people. He killed so many people and like on purpose. Like, he shot a guy in the the guy kind of shot himself in the mouth, but that won't hold up in court.
He did a lot more than that, though. He's assaulted police officers. He's blown up buildings.
That's like you said. Like at the end, and just like sorry for the misunderstanding kind of thing. And like walks through. He's like, what? Like, all right, you didn't murder your wife, but like, oh my god, like the fucking trail of destruction you left. Like,
yeah, there's
like,
got to be. I don't know. They're probably not as many as I think, but I would say probably 10 to 15 police officers are going to be on probably disability.
For sure.
They're gonna exhaust their short-term sick leave for sure.
Oh, the Russian guys, I'm pretty sure are dead.
Oh,
a lot of them are. Like, some of them got knocked out, like, but then there was a lot of people that didn't get knocked out. They were like that guy that got bottled over by the fridge. That guy's probably not coming back.
Oh, you mean like when he fucking punks them in the convenience store?
Yeah, and he gets the big guy with the fucking bottle of Jack Daniels. Oh,
yeah,
you're probably dead.
Yeah, all those guys. When they're gonna need facial reconstructive surgery of some sort, I think. Grafting. Yeah, there's some harmless security guards that were just executed by Mills here.
He never executed security. Oh, no. Those aren't security guards when you get into that mob stuff. Those guys can go.
Yeah. Yeah, they were in security guard outfits, though. Everyone else is dressed, again, Miami. Why are they wearing all this? They all got these heavy, like, everyone's armed with these, like, shotguns. Actually, no, that's more of a... Anyway. Yeah, he shouldn't have... He drove a Porsche into a fucking airplane. That's got to be a misdemeanor, at least.
at very least.
Well, that was actually a stolen Porsche. Yeah.
Well,
stolen Porsche.
Yeah.
Trespassing, driving through the airport. That's clear. That's trespassing for sure.
Yeah.
Well, he killed a man and all of his staff members. And like basically liquidated the floor of a building of human life.
Yeah. The car chase when that cargo or that whatever that big thing falls off the back of the truck, goes flying in the air, and all these cars. Yeah. Like, it was like, that was crazy. Like, there'd be lawsuit after lawsuit like this. I mean,
you can't sue him, man. He doesn't exist.
It's Taken 3 again. Maybe this universe, like, it's harder to sue. The law applies.
I just love that there was zero stakes. There was zero stakes. In that car chase, and it was just like nothing came of that, like the big explosion and everything going crazy, and like that didn't.
There were no stakes in any of the car scenes. There were a lot of car scenes, but there was zero. It was like it's cool. It was a lot of car choreography and smashing and jumping and running but nothing happened in the police chase at the beginning. In the beginning, the big one that nothing happened on the one where they ran Mill's car off the road. Nothing happened in any of them.
Yeah. I like Adam's suggestion that it's just harder to sue in this universe. That or like the legal standards are just like so loose, so lax. Like it's a Republican dream.
Yeah. Well, Brian Mills, once he puts his leather coat on, also he doesn't really have an identity.
He disappears. Yeah, very much. Like you were saying, he's who are you going to sue? How are you going to deliver papers to this guy? You're going to subpoena him? Where? He's invisible. I love the cops' reaction. They're just like, that sounds like spy shit to me. And you're like, what?
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good detectives.
Yeah.
What about when he just tells a fucking cop, now you know me, now you know what I can do. The cop's like, we're going to catch you.
I like that he said good luck.
Yeah, well, it was obvious he couldn't catch him. He couldn't stop him.
I meant it was a callback to the first movie.
Oh yeah, I guess
the
so.
thing.
That was
Yeah.
a nice touch. I mean,
Yeah.
just letting us know I'm here for the franchise.
Yeah. Fuck. So he just shot bowl cut here, and he's got the gun, and he's about to rape the wound with his gun. This is as close as we get to rape in this movie.
Yeah.
When he picks the gun.
The bloodless Glock
Yeah.
wounds that this
Mhm.
naked tighty whitey Russian guy has.
I was kind of
Yeah.
confused what was going on actually for the first little bit. I was like, what is he doing? And then I'm like, oh, that's the bullet wound. Interesting.
Yeah.
More
It's
That
purposeful.
Russian
It's
kicked the
more
shit out of
ballsy.
him.
Yeah, he didn't look so good.
I like that he just pistol whipped him with the back of his rifle 35 times while kind of dangling his balls over him it's horrific. Kind of it was teabagging him all the way along the house.
That's yeah.
He wasn't gonna shoot him. He wanted him to pay the price.
That conforms with my manosphere theory. That he's just attacked by this pervert, and he has to overcome the.
You have to go back. Yeah, that's right. You gotta fucking get killed by a proper knight in a suit of armor. That's some fucking deviant.
I love that. I love that he's chilling in his hot tub with those two chicks. Kissing his neck, and he just has that look I'm disturbed now, and
Yeah, he was so fucking awesome. The hot tub scene was good too. That's also for the manosphere. That's to let us know, is this guy some kind of creepy pervert fucking degenerate? Yes. Some kind of weird whatever. But he's a straight shooter. Everybody in the movie is straight. It's important.
I guess you're right. That's certainly definitely implied. But who knows, right, man?
Oh yeah, I guess.
I don't see any girls with Forrest Whitaker, so I love that it began. I like the attitude of this movie. So it opens up with the banker guy, the accountant or whatever the fuck his job was. With the rich fella. They tell him to take his dog for a walk, and they open up the trunk. And they've pointlessly murdered the dog.
That was nice. That establishes the Russians.
Yeah, there's that's a dead Dalmatian in there, and he's throws him in the trunk with his dead dog, and you're just there was no need for that.
Well, that's how they do business.
I guess though, if he's gonna take the dog for a walk, they're gonna have to do something with the dog, and you're not gonna knock it out or whatever, because I guess you kill it. Maybe it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the path of least resistance.
Yeah, it's not really much of a crime to kill a dog, I don't think.
And then
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Not in this
picture on his desk, where he's a picture of the guy, the accountant, with his wife and his dog, just to add a little salt to that wound.
Nice.
It was just to confirm, yes, that was a dog in the trunk.
It was his beloved pet, right next to his wife. Yeah, poor fella, and then they just fucking shoot him. And yeah, that's and I don't know. I don't know what to make of the fact that Malenkov, for him, they keep talking about, for him this is a game. And then so it's kind of like a video game universe for him, and he's the only one that's conscious of the fact that he exists in a video game. And he's like, it's right that you killed me. But they I don't think he actually does. So Malenkov,
I don't know, the other Russian mini boss, the corner store boss. He too. He killed himself. He was like, I'd rather die than tell you. He was a very video game mid-range guy. He was a middle boss.
Yeah,
he is.
That's common with most action movies or whatever. It's unusual for the boss to be conscious of genre conventions. Yeah, I don't know. He seems very troubled, and he's living life. He's just he's like the Merovingian. Sorry, it's because I watched Matrix Resurrection that I'm thinking about these things. But
you know what else? I don't think that the twist was very good. The twist would only work if you didn't cast the most evil looking guy I've ever fucking seen in my life as Famke's husband.
Oh, if they had kept the original guy.
The original guy would have been blindsided, and also I feel like you could have pulled a couple punches to make it a bit more of a shock. You know,
Mhm.
like some of the puzzle pieces were pointed there, but there was one point early on, like maybe 45 minutes in, where I wasn't really on that tail because they kind of swerved you at the police station when he said Brian loves his family. You know, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they're not going to do a double take on this. But then after a while, you're like, yeah, this guy's fucking the bad guy here. He's sitting in plain sight. Blah blah blah. I just feel like that's a bit weak. You know.
And it turns the movie into into a typical airport novel. Like what we talked about Taken One, on top of its other, like its awfulness and also its sort of greatness, is that it had horror elements. It was about being taken. And this just turns into your typical, Jack Reacher kind of thriller thing. And it loses its, like, no one was. Here's another thing. Like, this movie is about Liam Neeson's attempt to resist being taken by the police, because they were gonna take him, I guess. Like, that's the only taking.
They did take him at one point for a minute.
Oh, okay, yeah, and all right, yeah, that's good. Because I joked about Kimmy being taken again, but she's more of a hostage than she is about.
Yeah. Get back! Yeah, I'll shoot her. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, right off the side of a plane? Like, Jesus.
I like that the pilots didn't give a shit that he was armed.
I know. I thought that too. It's just like, take off, and he's just like pointing this gun at this girl. I'm like, oh, we're trying. It's like, what the fuck?
I feel like they could have done, like, I feel like that entire scene could have been just removed from the movie and we could have ended it that 20 minutes early.
Oh, totally.
Because you would have just been like, just give yourself a bit of a time lapse after Brian kills the Russian guy, then have Buddy do his betrayal, get out of the van, and just get pistol whipped by Brian and just shot. And that's it.
They really wanted that driving into an airplane, though.
Yeah, they really worked that into it.
Yeah.
Really subtly with fucking 20 minutes of confusion as to why nobody showed up. The cops weren't there. Like, they missed him get away with his dog. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
The spy guy got duped by a guy that looks like a fucking goddamn drug runner.
Well, that's the chivalry. That's the Shlub Dad. That it's the blindness that he has.
Yeah, and I guess it was always established that Mills' team were like good, but not him. That's a first movie establishment.
Oh, I see. Sorry, you're talking about a different spy guy. You're talking about the guy from Seven who they raped me. I fucked her.
Oh, that's where I've saw him before.
Yeah. We've talked about it, like Orzer or something like that. Rev likes that guy because he was in some television show or something. He brought it up before. Character actor. But that's all he is ever for me ever. I can't see him as anything else. Makes the movie a little weird.
Yeah. Hard to get out of that image.
Typecast for life. So yeah, I don't know. This I didn't feel that I liked this movie more than Taken 2.
Oh, that's obscene.
Yeah, but I think I did. Because I got like 3 pages of notes. I'm like, oh, there's an alternative. I was just doing a bunch of stuff. I think it just comes down to Forrest Whitaker. So charming.
Oh yeah, that's a power play right there. That
Totally.
added a layer to the movie. And then everybody was like a good fit, in that sense. Like the husband, like if you want to swerve me and give me like a double cross, double bad guy, whatever, then great choice. The guy was a scumbag and he played the role super well. And then the Russian guy was great. So the 4 of them kind of like all over the board. Even the 2 detectives, they were like fucking punchable type guys. Like they were well cast to like annoy me and like bird dog Brian and say rude shit to his daughter. I was like, fuck those guys.
Yeah, no, they were good characters actually. Like it was like good people for those roles, I thought. Yeah, they were really just like sleazy dicks. Like even I can't remember what scene it was. Like they were I think they're getting like surveillance videos and like the guy just steals a donut, takes a bite, chucks it. Like it's just perfect. It was really well done.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that comment where he's like, "What are you doing here, following me?" He's like, "My dad wouldn't hurt me," and he goes, "Yeah, that's what your mom thought."
Oh yeah.
Like, nice one, buddy. Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Lose your badge for that in somewhere other than LA, I guess. Or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. We ready to fucking wrap this up?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
All right. I don't know, unless we got anything else. I don't have anything else.
I got nothing.
All right. So we'll bring it to the scoreboard. I forget what we gave Taken 2, but it had to be abysmally low. I feel like
like a 4.6.
yeah. Like I think I definitely gave it a 4. I'm gonna give this a 6.2.
Oh, higher than I thought you'd go.
6.2 warm bagels. I don't know, within the franchise, like I could easily give this movie 5 Dead Dalmatians and walk away extremely comfortable. But within the context of the franchise, yeah. Yeah, so I guess between those two things, maybe like 5.6. Fine, 5.6.
I'm gonna go. I think an even 6.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't terrible, but it was like pretty far from good.
There we go.
That's a glowing review. That's nice.
They should put these things like real reviews on the back of DVDs and stuff. I know they don't sell DVDs anymore.
If that was on the back of a movie in bold letters, I'd probably buy it.
Yeah, you probably would for sure.
Just to find out, like, that's ballsy. That's
good from far, but far from good.
All right.
I think I'm okay around a 6.8. That was a
Whoa.
that was a handy action movie. That was like, if I'm looking at like crap like fucking what's his name? Gerald Butler's doing lately, with president movies and drones and fucking bullshit stuff like that. If that's the
go on.
I was gonna say if that's the current action movie climate, then this one was pretty solid. I think
I like White House. We're talking about like White House Down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That movie's far superior to this movie.
Unexpected.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Unexpected for 2 reasons that you watched it and you had given it a glowing review.
You better settle down.
Yeah, you want to actually that could. I know we had ideas on our next project, but we might want to watch White House Down and then
I
London.
didn't think we were gonna have to settle something here, but that's terrible crap.
Yeah, that's a much better movie than this. Is my feeling about that. Fucking
okay.
I
think you might be wrong on a rewatch, but
yeah, I guess. Well, you probably.
I'm gonna take the Pepsi challenge on that. My dad watches it every week.
Okay, well, all right. I recall it being more fun than this movie.
it probably was. Yeah.
I had to watch it in 2 fucking installments. This movie. Yeah, just so I could get through it, right? I watched an hour and I was like, okay, that's enough.
Okay, that establishes the Shlub.
I did the exact same thing last night.
Now I'm gonna need a little rest.
Yeah, I couldn't do it all in one sitting. When I saw it, I just checked just before I sat down to watch last night. Running time was 1 hour and 49. I was like, no, I'm not doing that all in one night. Not this one.
Yeah. So that's again that's really where the review stands, right? How much of your time are you wrapped in attention to this thing and like taking one, I could sit through that whole thing. That's fine.
Yeah. She didn't lose the baby also?
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. He poisoned her.
Too.
He poisoned her on purpose. Yeah. He didn't know she was pregnant, I don't think, but I forget when that was.
Yeah, that's right. He gave her like botulism so she'd go shit herself, right? And then he was like, "It's me. Meanwhile, she's gonna barf or shit her pants."
Yeah, they really didn't touch it, because it's basically Mission Impossible when that scene where Ethan drops the shit into that person. No way, his lady friend drops the I don't know. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? You seen Mission Impossible?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first one?
the ink, the pen, and into the
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the big mistake, big mistake was not just like, because I mean, I feel like this director just took a shit on everything and went fucking rogue anyway. I feel like he should have just went for a hard R and just bombed the franchise. Spend 55 million, make 55 million, and just have like a fucking gore fest.
Yeah, this is
shoot his daughter and be like, Dad, the baby. Like, just go all out, you know?
Okay, well, then the director had nothing to do with it. He's a fucking hack that Luc Besson hired to just, enact this particular farce. And I do think the franchise would have benefited, like particularly Taken 1 ought to have been an R movie, and it would have stayed sort of a cult, theoretically, like kind of a cult oddity. But once they realized there was so much money to be had, specifically in like the American market, like it's not a coincidence they moved this over to LA, which I think is to the detriment of the series. Like Mills's particular brand of violence, it makes sense when he does it somewhere else. Like we're just like, oh, okay, whatever, that's their problem. They'll just
like he's in France or whatever.
Yeah, he'll get kicked out of France afterwards, and everything will be fine. But
his government boys will passport him back home.
Mm-hmm.
It's their fucking fires to put out.
Yeah, but when it happens here, you're like, well, we're just gonna let him roam free now. Like it's an interesting. It changes the calculation, like sort of the fake moral calculation that you make in your head. Yeah. Somber moment. It's just
it was a nice. Honestly, it's a nicer finish than some of the other shit. The road we're gonna go down next, and the different things we talked about. Like basically, like you guys should fucking take back and have a little sip of rye and enjoy this finish, because.
Well, I don't think we're going to actually do the White House Down movies. We'll put that on the back burner. I think next time.
No, I was thinking, weren't we talking about Universal Soldier at one point?
Oh, right. Well, I again, pushed off.
It's a bad trip, yeah.
Adam reminded us of the existence of the John Wick franchise. And
that's probably going to be bad.
I think, whoa, all right. What do you mean?
Like the last installment, I think is going to be really bad.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, I got opinions. I think by the second one, it's starting to show its. But again, same with any franchise, any sequel. I'm always happy when a movie comes out and then there are no sequels, because that's better. But whatever. So yeah, we'll probably do that. John Wick next.
Yeah.
Have some fun. No, fucking stop torturing ourselves.
I like John Wick.
Good. So if you are like my friend James and you also like John Wick, then you might want to find out whether everybody likes John Wick, because
everybody fucking does like John Wick.
Yeah. Spoilers. Yeah. Everyone loves John Wick. So we'll just it's just going to be like 30 minutes of us like clapping ourselves on the back, just like
Keanu like fucking, he even like lives his life basically with that fucking haircut and beard now. He's decided to be John Wick now.
Aren't we all?
You see him anywhere? Disappeared. God damn it, he's gone. This is 103. Suspect's gone.